Good afternoon and welcome to the Heed Army Podcast Live. We're bringing you full match commentary of Gateshead versus Wealdstone in the National League. My name's David Gaddis. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you and more of a pleasure to have this man next to me, Mark Grovers. Mark, how are you doing?
I'm good. Been a busy week, but it's just nice to be focusing on field issues instead of everything else that I'm sure everyone else is fully aware of.
Yes, it's been a busy week since Monday when news started to filter out that there could be a potential managerial leaving of the club. But as I say that, the man that's interim charged, Ben Clark, just got a lovely round of applause from the China Mere stand down in front of us. And, well, I don't think Ben Clark this time last week would probably have expected to have been in the dugout, in all seriousness. But he has been on Tuesday night, got a win with a much changed squad. But I think what we have to say is about that is that, you know, they kept the momentum going, and the players that haven't got a bit of minutes in the legs gave a very good account of themselves against a strong Middlesbrough under-21s.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going above and beyond saying anything here, but Ben had an inkling that he might be in charge on Tuesday night as early as Saturday morning. I think that's on the record. I think I'm fairly certain I printed that. So there was some sort of indication. But you're right about Tuesday. You know, it was kind of it was an essential game to get out the way. It was an essential game to get minutes into people and players that hadn't played. And also, yeah, I mean, you know, people talk about the competition, the National League Cup, and whatever your thoughts are on it. It has helped Gateshead continue with the momentum and put a bit of a positive spin on what, let's be honest, it has been a difficult week for the club.
It certainly has, and you mentioned the National League Cup. Of course, it wasn't blessed with great crowds right across. I think Gateshead was one of the highest in the competition, but the level of competition on the pitch was, I think, quite refreshing from my point of view. I wasn't expecting such a high-intensity game for 90 minutes. It felt like a league game. It didn't feel like it was two teams going through the motions. And a lot of that credit's got to go to Middlesbrough as well. They wanted to put on a good show. And but Gateshead on the night with, let's say, a second string side or players that were definitely wanting to get themselves in contention for playing, really did a professional job.
It felt like a good test, and it felt like a good day for the good night, sorry, for the players that needed that game time. You know, I look at people like Javon Malcolm, obviously played for the vast majority of the game, got his goal, looked lively, got minutes into him. Mark Beck, the same. You know, there was players all over. Then a couple of young lads like Will Constantine came in, did well. It was valuable. Charlie Colquitt as well. He spoke about it on Thursday night at the foundation event I hosted, and he spoke about getting those minutes and getting fitter. And for me, he was one of the standout performers.
And also as well, it was very nice to see. I think it was either just before that game or just after on social media. Charlie Colquitt put a picture of himself in Gateshead strips from the games that he's played this month. You know, not words verbatim, but he feels like he's got a second chance here. He thought it was over.
And you got that sense on Thursday when he was talking. I think anyone that was at the event would say the same thing. He seems really positive about his time here and is looking forward to hopefully getting fitter and getting regular game time, because I think he can be a real asset.
Well, another man that's just leaving the pitch that got a full 90 minutes on Tuesday night, Mark Beck. Of course, we know what he can do. He was up against, I think I joked in commentary that the two defenders that were up against him would have got a hell of a lesson on Tuesday night on how to man Mark in a physical battle. But lovely to see him getting minutes in the legs, because we all, at the moment, because of the way Onasenni started the season and the way we're playing, we're only being treated to cameos from Mark Beck, albeit important ones because he comes on with defensive duties as well. But a real all-rounder performance that we get from Mark Beck since he's arrived.
Yeah, I kind of feel with Becky, he's a little bit unfortunate that he kind of gets tagged as simply just a target man. And he's not. He's much more than that. He's a lot more than that. And I think that's what we'll see from him over the coming weeks, because he will have more game time. He will be called upon to play. And hopefully, he can get fully fit and really start to show on a regular basis exactly what we know we've got in him.
It certainly has. Just before we go any further, the Heed Army podcast has been nominated for the best non-league and best podcast in non-league at the Football Content Awards. If you'd like to go on our social media, whether it be on Facebook Instagram or Twitter, or X as it's known now. You'll see a link there, or go to the Football Content Awards website, go to vote, and go and vote Heed Army in the best in non-league podcast. Of course, as well, the podcast is back on Monday evening as well, where we'll be talking about this game. Could we be talking about a new managerial appointment? We don't know. It's all up in the air at the moment, but we will also be previewing the game away on Tuesday night to Tamworth. So please join us 8 o'clock Monday night on YouTube, and hit that subscribe button as well. We'd love you to come along. We do have the teams here in front of us. We'll quickly go through them before they come out. For the visitors, it's Sam Howes in goal, Jack Cook, Alex Dyer, Mason Barrett, Enzo Baldwin, Mika Obirio, Sam Ashford, Jack Wells Morrison, Elliot Thorpe, Callum McFarlane, and Brandon Mason. On the bench is Anthony Giorgio. We have Dean Woodman, Jacob Adams, Dominic Hutchinson, Christian Scott, Callum Tracy Cisse, and Henry Sandart. And for Gateshead, this is how they line up. It's Tiernan Brooks in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Dan Jones, Ben Radcliffe, Tom Allen, Luke Hannant, Captain Regan Booty, Callum Whelan, Tyrell Newton, Jacob Butterfield, and Owen Asseni. And a very strong bench, as we alluded to earlier on. We've got Ollie Basie, Brandon Honstrop, who got 30 minutes on Tuesday night, is on the bench. Ben Warman, Kane Adam, Mark Beck, Charlie Colquitt, and Javon Malcolm. And considering the players we've got missing, Mark, that is a really exciting squad and lineup.
I mean, you could argue that the vast majority of the players missing would probably start. And you know, if you look at the likes of Greg, Joe Grayson, Kenton Richardson, I'd imagine those three would slot straight into that side. It just shows that there is strength and depth here. We should probably point out that a couple of signings have been brought in because of injuries. But they've come in and made a real impact. I look at Ben Radcliffe, you know, we spoke about him a lot recently, and I just think he's been a brilliant signing. He's settled into life in the National League with pretty much quite easy to be fair, and looked a real prospect.
You don't want to overpraise a young man, but he has slotted in with ease. He's scored with his feet, he's scored with his head, and his defensive play has been absolutely phenomenal since he's come in. And some might say a typical Derby loanee, but no, the link up is continuing, and long may that be the case. But yeah, Dan Jones played close to 90 minutes on Tuesday as well. Another player on loan, close his second stint on loan at the club. And one man I'd like to point out, because he's had two fantastic games in a row. We know we've got it in him. When we signed him, it was a bit of a coup. For whatever reason, injury and just other players in form have hampered his time at Gateshead. But this is the time for him to shine, and that's Gateshead's number 7, Tom Allen.
Yeah, I mean, it was arguably man of the match on Tuesday night against Middlesbrough under 21s. Ben Clark praised him for his performance after the game, and I think we saw what a strong, confident, and positive Tom Allen can do. And I'm expecting a big performance. We should say, I know we haven't mentioned them, and you were going to come on to them, but the visitors today have got a point to prove. Their start of the season, I think, hasn't been what many people expected. I think we said before we came on air, the game between the two sides last season was one of the best games I've seen here. Similar style
over the last two seasons. Yeah. The games against Wealdstone have always been very open, very high tempo, and I fully expect the same again today.
Yeah, definitely. I think the style of football they play is very similar to Gateshead. It's high press, it's intensity, it's passing out from the back, it's trying to build up, slowly and then hit opposition quickly in the final third. So, and there's quality in that side. For me, they're far better. And Ben Clark said exactly the same. They're in a false lead position, and I think they'll want to come here today and prove that.
And just as I say, both teams like to get it down, pass build from the back, and the pitch today looks absolutely magnificent. It's a glorious October's afternoon here. We're embracing it. We're not fully wrapped up for this one, Mark. This will be one of the last ones where we're not. But talking of warm, there's a warm reception for Ben Clark as he makes his way out to the dugout. His second time as caretaker manager here at Gateshead. And we mentioned it on Tuesday night, of course. Legend is bounded about many times, but that man on and off the pitch and what he does in the community for Gateshead FC Foundation is absolutely phenomenal. And Ben Clark is a legend in every sense of the word.
Yeah, I mean, he I said it on Thursday night, but he bleeds white and black. He's a proud Gateshead man, even though he's not originally from the town. He's someone who knows what this club needs, knows what it wants. And yes, he doesn't want the job full time, but there's reason to find that because he's so committed to the work with the foundation, the local community. But he's a safe pair of hands for however long it takes to appoint a new manager.
It certainly is. And a little bit of inside baseball. For about 3 years, I've had someone hit me on the back of the head every game, and I've always wondered who it was. And I actually caught him when he was doing it once, but he always says hello to us. He's always got a big smile.
He'll probably not do that today.
He'll not do it today unless he's very quick getting up the stand. But no, he loves every part of the club, embraces everybody. And for me, as a Gateshead fan, I adored him as a player. I've had the pleasure of commentating on the games when he's been in charge. And for him to know your name, if you're a Manchester United fan and Roy Keane says hello to you at every game, you'd be over the moon. And that's the way I think most Gateshead fans feel when they see Ben Clark, because he knows everybody and he's got time for everybody. But we are moments away from kickoff here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's National League action. Gateshead versus Wealdstone. It's David Gaddis and Mark Rubbers bringing you full match commentary here. And as ever, it is an absolute privilege and an honour to be doing so. And we expect it to be a good game. We've got messages coming in on our YouTube stream. We've got one from Andrew Skerfield. Good afternoon, lads, from a sunny Bury. Let's fight out. Let's fight on. Big up the Green Army today as well. Yes, we stand with our brothers up there for their boycott of the ownership. But as we join National League TV, the teams come out onto the pitch here at Gateshead Stadium. The sun is shining. The crowd is singing. The only thing that's left is for us to read out the teams here before kickoff. For the visitors, for Wealdstone, it is Sam Howes in goal, Jack Cook, Alex Dyer, Mason Barrett, Enzo Baldwin, Mika Obiro, and Sam Ashford, Jack Wells Morrison, Elliot Thorpe, Callum McFarlane, Brandon Mason. On the bench is Anthony Giorgio, Dean Woodman, Jacob Adams, Dominic Hutchinson, Christian Scott, Callum Tracy, Cisse, and Henry Stant. And we do have Standard, for the Gateshead team. It is the Island Under 21 International, Tiernan Brooks, Robbie Tinkler, Dan Jones, Ben Radcliffe, Tom Allen, Luke Hannant, the captain Regan Booty, Callum Whelan, Tyrell Newton, Jacob Butterfield, and Owen Aseni. On the benches, Ollie Basie, Brandon Honstrop, Ben Warman, Kane Adam, Mark Beck, Charlie Colcutt, and Javon Malcolm. And the visitors are dressed in what you would have to say is like a classic Brazil strip for our audio listeners, and Gateshead in their white and black. So yes, the visitors in yellow, blue, and white socks. And I think we're going to be treated to some Brazilian style football today. I think it's going to be nice and slick.
That's a massive claim, mate. I've got to be honest.
It is. And the commentators curse, it's going to be a boring 0-0. But let's hope I'm wrong. But no, all set up for a great game. Regan Booty's out there with the opposing captain, who I can't actually say who it is at the moment. We haven't got the actual details of that on the team sheet. But we are moments away. National League action. Gateshead versus Wealdstone. And it looks as if Gateshead are going to be shooting towards the River Tyne. And I think Gateshead might be kicking off here because Jacob Butterfield's having a stretch in the centre circle. There's a huddle from Wealdstone. Of course, they want to improve their league form. They're in it together. And they're going to be shooting towards the fell end.
Yeah, I mean, there's players on that side that have shone at this level, in the Wealdstone side. Well, I think
Enzo Baldwin always seems to have a very good game against Gateshead.
It was at Eastleigh, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, really troubled Gateshead a few times. Gateshead, from their point of view, they've got to seize the initiative here and really take this game to Eastleigh and have a go.
Well, Butterfield stands over the ball. Sunny bounces up and down on the far side there. We're moments away. And there it is. We're underway as Radcliffe gets his first touch, pumps it down the channel for Oseni, but bounces out of play for a goal kick.
Bit of a false start.
Yeah. It's that bigging up of the Brazilian way I said we were going to get, but at the moment, the visitors Pump the ball down the right channel. Dan Jones gets forward, wins the ball. Booty in midfield. Did well to muscle it to Jones. As Radcliffe brings Hannon into play. Can bring the ball forward, opens up, drives forward off the ball, still going. Takes it in the corner of the box, tries to take down the dead ball line, get on. Tries across, deflects back onto his chest and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, but nice positive intent from Tom Allen there. Just unfortunate that the cross.
Tom Allen. I said it was Luke Hammond there.
I didn't want to say it.
It's because Luke Hammond's the king of the wing.
Luke's the one with the garish pink boots on, mate.
I would have said pretty, but Booty gets the ball to Butterfield. A lovely little bit of footwork to keep himself moving. Tries to get the ball out to Hannon. Does so. It looked like it was slightly under hit. Hannon tries to cross it in, deflected, and now can be cleared away by number 20, I think it is, for Eastleigh. It is. That's Ashford. And now, not Eastleigh, I'm saying that's because we said Bulger in there before. But yes, to throw in on the far side to Wealdstone.
Yeah, I guess a bit disappointed that move broke down there because they worked themselves into a nice position. I'm pleased to see Tyrell Newton getting a start, by the way. I think said it before, but I think there's a real player in there and playing in what I argue is his favourite position in midfield as well.
Ball for the centre there, and it's got through, and Tinkler didn't see it. And good save from Brooks. Tinkler just let that go behind him there. It was a good attempt from Wealdstone, but Tina Brooks was there to block it. But McFarlane probably be a little bit disappointed he didn't make the keeper work a little bit harder there.
I think he took it too early. I think he had time there, really try and draw Tina Brooks out, but he stayed big, Brooks, and made a positive save.
No. As we see, Gateshead build from the back through Jones. Jones brings the ball forward. Just interrupted, and Wealdstone get control of the ball. Gets the ball past Jones, but Booty's there to calmly play it back to Tinkler. Brooks pumps the ball up for the run over of Oseni, but
I think he would have been offside, I've got to be honest.
Yeah. Wind is a lot calmer today.
Still a bit of a breeze, though, isn't there? You can sense it every now and then.
Nothing compared to Tuesday night.
No. As well, or cans of pop, would say.
Yes. The only thing we didn't have was sleet and snow on Tuesday evening. Hannon wins the header, but goes out for a throw between the two dugouts. We've got a message from Graham Jones. He's listening from sunny Worcester. I think it's sunny everywhere at the moment. There's the ball forward for McFarlane to run onto, but there's Tiernan Brooks on the edge of the area just to scoop that ball into his hands.
Looks to me like they've identified what they perceive as a weakness in the Gateshead side, trying to get the ball in behind early.
Yeah, they're just trying to target Tinkler, it looks like, doesn't it, at the moment? But I think they'll be probing all of the back three as the game goes on, as Jones plays the ball back to Tinkler. Across the box to Radcliffe. Back to Tinkler. Not as much of an intense press as what we had on Tuesday with Middlesbrough under 21s, but still holding a high shape up the pitch. But Butterfield turns and gives it to Whelan. Back to Butterfield. Hannant has to try and dance through. Was he fouled? The referee says no, but there is a foul going to be given from Whelan on Barrett. Quite a size difference between the two.
That really is, isn't it?
What a bully Callum Whelan is.
That ball again, I think it's going to come.
No, Howes is going to take this one. He's just checking the inflation of the ball.
Good to hear Dan Jones there talking in the back three.
Ball over the top and just way too much on it. Straight through to Brooks. You've always got to love the random shout of shoot from the crowd when the goalkeeper gets the ball. We've got Norway calling as well. We've got our friends from Wickham as well. Big thank you to Vanessa. But we are 5 minutes into the 6 minute 0-0, and no real attempts yet, apart from McFarlane hitting one at Tiernan Brooks. Hasn't really settled into a flow yet, you would say. But
Gateshead certainly haven't. It's been a really lackadaisical start.
A ball through there, not one bad one on the far side to put the ball in the centre. There's Tinkler who calmly plays it across to Booty, and Gateshead can try and play themselves out of trouble as the ball comes to Tyrell Newton. Ball across to Hannant. Oh, just a little bit of heavy touch. It went behind him, and Wealdstone can try and build now. Barrett has the ball, has to turn. Good work from Oseni. Plays it back to Howe. And now I'm going to see Jack Cook bring the ball forward. Just seeing Brandon Mason pass it back to Cook. Just slowing it down somewhat. Very similar to Gateshead's style of play. As well as Morrison. That's the ball moving forward. Ball over the top. But
again on the...
Yeah. I'm just trying to get on the shoulder and play that ball through and hope they've got the pace on the foot race.
Good ball.
Whelan gets the ball after a ball through from Dan Jones. He's just... Well, we couldn't see for what happened there because of the dugout. But throw-in has been given.
As well, by the way.
As Gateshead try and win the ball back. Booty, and there's going to be a foul there as Hannant isn't happy with the fourth official there after he gives away the foul.
A little bit of a slumber here from Gateshead, isn't it? They're just not starting.
Yeah, it's just feel a little bit flat, don't they, at the moment? But Wealdstone, nice ball across, but didn't make its way through as Radcliffe intercepts. Newton plays the ball out to Tom Allen. Back down to Radcliffe. Very similar passages of play from both sides, trying to build and open up the midfield, moving the ball. Tinkler back to Brooks, who's 25 yards out, 40 yards out even. Not 40, 30. But the ball out to Allen, intercepted. Allen back to try and win the ball back. It's passed back to Jack Cook.
Not as much of a press, is there?
No, but...
it's too easy.
The ball in midfield was too easy, and the ball through, and now it is Obirio who has the ball, gets a shot off, drags it wide, but he did get through too easy. He just ghosted through when the ball was played.
Too easy. Far too easy. Obirio getting in behind there. It's a poor finish, we should say that. He's dragged it right across goal, but yeah, just too easy. Gateshead just haven't got going at all here. Someone need to take a grip.
Don't know if there's enough support for Booty at the moment, but that just the ball's in between the defence and midfield. They're getting through with ease at the moment. Ball through for Seni. Oh, he tried to get through on that, but bounces through to the keeper.
Looked like he was held back a little bit as well as he tried to get into his stride, but not Gateshead game going that direct, but almost caused some issues.
Brings the ball forward. Booty tries to close down, but Wealdstone move the ball well. It's out wide on the left-hand side. In comes across into the box. There's a few shirts there. Dan Jones nods it clear. And Ollie. It's a number 10. Throw is on the back of the shirt. Whelan cleared it as far as Oseni, and a ball out to Whelan now on the left-hand side. Cleverly slowed it down. Brought Hannon into play, who crosses the halfway line. Now Gateshead have a few players forward, but they're still building as Tinkler goes through the centre. Can Gateshead win it back in midfield? They're not. Midfield just feels very flat-footed at the minute, Mark, as Aviro brings the ball forward here on this right-hand side. And Wealdstone, they've just found their stride a lot quicker here.
They have it, and someone, as I was saying, Gateshead got to take a grip of this game and shake them into life a bit. Because at the minute, this is exactly the start that the visitors will want it.
Well, apart from that, where the ball that Oseni's latched onto, he's got support on this left-hand side. He's going to play it through. Here's Whelan, just a little bit too much on it. Can he pull it back across? Butterfield. Oh, and well, they've still got it on the edge of the box through Tyrell Newton. Lays it off. There's Booty go driving through. Can he pull the trigger? He's still going. He might have to lay this off to Whelan. He has put it into the centre. Gateshead with a touch. There's fantastic save from Tom Allen. The ball, he placed it across, and Howe just pushes it behind. It looked like destined for the top right-hand corner. Well, the keeper got to his left.
Much better from Gateshead, much more intent there, and much more drive. No surprise to see Regan Booty the heart of it. You've got to say that's an unbelievable save, by the way. Nice little touch from Tom Allen. Makes good contact, but a brilliant save from Sam Howes.
Corner on the far side. Whelan is going to be the one to take it. Gateshead have been dangerous from corners of late, but it's went short to Booty. Booty does put the ball in towards the back post, way too much on it, and behind it goes for a goal kick.
Bit of a waste that one. Worked it quite nicely. Worked a good angle for the cross, but just too much on it from Butterfield. I do wonder if the benches might make the difference today, later on in the game. And it's really early to say that, by the way. But, you look at the Gateshead bench, there's plenty of options on there and people that can come on and threaten the game.
Well, the dynamic of having 5 substitutes now can change a game quite a lot. There's Jones. Pings a ball up, and Oseni would have been offside if he had went for that anyway, but
didn't really need a player either. No. Just keep the ball.
Barrett back to Howe. Howe across to Cook.
Bit more of a press here from Gateshead.
Yeah, it's just trying to make Wealdstone move the ball a little bit quicker and hoping that there's a mistake. As Barrett gets the ball back. Obiro has the ball, turns, plays it inside. Dan Jones intercepted well and poked it through to Butterfield, and Gateshead can turn defence into attack here. Obiro nearly got the tackle in. Great footwork from Butterfield to keep himself moving.
Very good.
Got it out to Whelan. Whelan wants the ball in the underlap. Oh, he just got it through to Oseni, and he just couldn't wrap his foot around it and sliced it wide. Goal kick, but that's better from Gateshead.
Much better, yeah. But the only problem there is he's gone near post. You're not going to be the keeper on the near post. Not there. You've got to go across goal. Worst case scenario there, you force the keeper into a save and someone might have a tap in. But
the press did force a mistake from Wealdstone.
It did. And I think what Gateshead have got to do is try and play on what we assume will be a lack of confidence in the visitors because of where they are in the league and the start they've had. So Gateshead have really got to play on that.
Well, goal kick taken now. How it's going to come out towards this Bolduin. Nodded forward though. Jones pumps it back up. Butterfield brings it down. Turns lovely, doesn't he? And lays it to Hannant. Back inside his own half to Dan Jones. And it's going to go into the centre where Tinkler is in bright orange boots.
Started well, Butterfield, hasn't he? And
yeah.
Really commanding in that.
I can't remember a player that manages to give himself so much space with the first touch.
Yeah.
Under pressure as well, may I add.
To switch on.
Ball across to the far side. Tom Allen, is it going to get through? But it's been nodded out to throw in level with the corner of the box on the far side.
Idea was right. A little bit more on it, and I think the fullback was in problems there.
Well, very impressed with Wealdstone so far. Kind of the game that we expected.
100% the game we expected. I'm going to guess Dan Jones has got a long throw, given the fact he's marched right the way across the the pitch to take this.
If he has got a long throw, we'll nickname him the Blonde Bullet.
You can, Dave.
And he has got a long throw. It's right towards the edge of the box, headed clear though by Cook. Butterfield nods it to Jones, who brings it down on the far touchline inside to Terrell Newton. Whelan gets a touch. Tried to thread it through, and Wealdstone managed to clear the ball in turn. Tinkler goes over there to marshal it back. Or is it going to? Now he plays it back to Brooks. He wasn't too happy there, Tinkler. He had a little shout up the pitch.
I think he's just wanting place to get back when they've gone forwards. Can't just work one way.
Radcliffe receives the ball on the edge of the area and lays it out to Hannant. Hannant inside to Booty. Back to Hannant.
Lovely.
Nice passing from Gateshead. And then he spotted the run there of Tom Allen. It's rolled away, didn't it? Skipped away from Hannant, but lovely vision.
It's another one of those, isn't it? The idea is right, but the execution isn't.
15 minutes gone, 0-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. If you're just joining us on National League TV or the Heed on Me podcast audio stream. Throw on the far side. Are we waiting for? It's Wells Morrison to take, I think. Headed inside. Booty brings it down, gets it across to Hannant, who's in the centre circle, back inside his own half to Jones. Tyrell Newton back to Tinkler. Just getting some shape back Gateshead as they pass the ball about. Hannant on this left-hand side, right on the touchline, receives it in front of the dugout. Plays the ball forward. Barrett intercepts though, and Barrett is under pressure from Whelan. Plays it inside. Butterfield back to help. Again. Great press, but Obiro can bring the ball forward now. He's going to lay it out to Buljuan. Buljuan looks to carry the ball, puts a decent ball in there, and Tinkler had to be on form to get rid of that one. Still not cleared yet. Gateshead now can clear it through Hannant. Dangerous ball in the box. That was
Osani's got to come with the ball there, by the way. Osani's just on his heels there. It's not the worst ball forward into him, but he's on his heels and just allowed the defender to get in front of him.
The cross before that, though, from Buljuan.
Great cross.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
Well,
right in the sweet spot.
Yeah, exactly. And mentioned him. It's another great throw, by the way.
Oh, that was definitely a push from Hannant, but the ball goes out for a throw to Gateshead.
I do wonder if the quick switch is on a little bit, just Tom Allen getting a lot of space out on that right-hand side.
I think Gateshead need to exploit the midfield a little bit better because we haven't seen Alex Dyer get into the game much at all at the moment. He's been a little bit of a passenger. He'll not mind, though, because his team is doing well, but I want to try and make that number 5 work just in front of the defence. As Tinkler, wins the ball, does very well, nearly caught out. And that's a couple of moments where they're trying to exploit the defence when they're on the ball. As Gateshead try to move it quickly, and now they've caught us in midfield as they bring the ball forward. Left-hand side, Wealdstone tried to cut in. There was Butterfield who stood firm.
That's better.
Gets it to Booty, and this is where Gateshead have to move the ball a little bit quicker, in my opinion. Got the ball out to Hannant, but there wasn't many outlets moving up the pitch.
No, it's just all a bit static at the moment, isn't it? It's that he's not really giving them an outlet at the top of the pitch. He sort of just parked himself on one of the defenders and isn't really moving. Whelan, I think they need to get more in the game in that number 10 role. And Butterfield has started well.
Ball forward seemed like a bit of a hit and hope as the ball will trickle out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just lacking a bit of oomph here, Gateshead, aren't they?
Dare I say, feeling a little bit flat after the week that Gateshead have had. Of course, going about it very professionally. The warm-up, like we would expect, full of intensity. We know the lads, they're not going to shirk away from working hard on the training pitch either. But has it just been a heavy week?
Possibly. The emotional side of it we shouldn't underplay. But it's a great win.
Booty won the header, but it drops to Obiro. Obiro brings the ball forward. Buljuan on this right-hand side. He's got time and space. He's going to take a touch, crosses the ball in, pulls it back across the box, nodded forward, still not fully cleared, and Tinkler manages to nod it down.
Confident.
Skims off the top of his head to Brooks inside the 6-yard box. But, Buljuan, he's got a hell of a cross on him. He's got some good range.
But again, as you said, we've seen this before at Eastleigh, haven't we?
Yeah. If I remember right, but Eastleigh, you could also drop into that pocket and cut inside really well.
Yep.
And cause bother. As Tyrell Newton plays the ball back to Dan Jones.
Played the wrong ball there, I've got to be honest. Buchanan's gone for the 1-2.
Jones. Booty dinks the ball over looking for a run of Whelan, and you wouldn't see a desperation, but there's a lot of balls being played forward with the hope.
Yeah, it is a little bit more hope than expectation, I guess, isn't it? And just it's well,
that's a poor ball, and Whelan picks it up. This Howe's ball forward was awful. Butterfield edge of the box holds it up to Tyrell Newton, who lays it off, and Tom Allen, all the confidence in the world, strikes that one, but the bounce into the grass just takes the fizz out of it and takes it wide.
I've got to be honest, I think the ball in Osani was a ball there, because when the initial cutout's made, Osani's not offside because as a Wealdstone defender stood on the edge of his own box. I think Gateshead there could have been a little bit more positive and shown a bit more intent and got that ball straight into him, because if he's one-on-one.
Well, just feels that little lack of confidence, doesn't it? You would just say,
oh, that's a good ball.
Oh, great ball. He's in space on the far side, and now Wealdstone move forward in numbers. Gateshead having to get back, and there is a few targets in the centre. In comes the ball, flicked on. He should have done a lot better, Sam Ashford. He peeled away and just couldn't get that on target. But we've been treated to a fantastic display of passing from the wings. The crosses have been superb from both sides.
Well, mostly from the visitors, if we're honest. From Wealdstone, they've been excellent in wide positions.
I meant both sides of the pitch.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, yeah, right. Agreed. That's a disappointing one, I think, because I think Ashford's got himself. He's timed the run brilliantly, but just hasn't been able to get enough on the header.
Well, Barrett wins the aerial battle with Oseni. The ball's up in the air. Dyer brings it down.
Too much time.
Yeah.
He's got too much time to bring that ball down. It's an awkward ball. He's facing his own goal, and Gateshead have just given him so long to take a touch.
Radcliffe just left standing there, and the ball on the far side has opened up the defence. Now brings it forward, crosses it in, and Ashford, nearly all it needed was a touch from Abiro, and hadn't left it, and it goes out for a throw on this side. But once again, the ball is just carving up the Gateshead defence at the moment.
It's arguably too good a pass. it's a brilliant ball in the box. I think he's just got a bit too much on it, and 3-4 of his teammates just haven't reacted.
And I think, as we probably said before the game and in the build-up, Mark, you would say on this display so far, Wealdstone's league position is definitely false.
It is. I think we're seeing a combination of factors. Gateshead, I hate to say this, but maybe he's feeling a little bit sorry for themselves, and the visitors far better.
Ball through for Whelan. It's a fantastic ball, just skips away. Bolduin sees that out for a goal kick. But yeah, I think it's the players are human. They'll read things online. They'll see who's linked, who's not, and there's always a little bit of uncertainty with a new manager coming in. Are they going to change the way things played, or are they going to be fancied? Are they going to be the key men as they were under the last regime? And yeah, there's a lot of ifs and buts, but we'll have to see exactly how it happens. But the ball goes out to play for a throw to the visitors, comes off Whelan's leg inside the Wealdstone half.
No, I agree. I think there will be some uncertainty. There's only so much Gateshead can do to resolve that as a club. I mean, but at the minute, the players have got to do their part. Dyer
spots the ball on the far side. He's just in that. He's got loads of space, Dyer, at the moment, and now edge of the box goes for his shot, and that's a poor decision there. There was men coming at the back post.
Tell you what I've really liked about Wealdstone so far is they are absolutely committing men in the box. Yeah. Whenever the ball goes out wide, there are 3, 4, 5 players bursting into the box, which shows, despite what we think may be a lack of confidence because of what's happened so far this season, they're willing to really take a risk here.
Well, Ashford's playing the number 10 role absolutely perfectly as well. There, it's a poor one from Gateshead. As now Wealdstone on the attack again. They're going to take another shot from the edge of the box. It's deflecting around, and out it goes for a goal kick, and let off the hook would be the way you would have to describe that one there, Mark.
Yeah, it's really frustrating, really frustrating. There's a lack of energy and intensity from Gateshead. You can make all the excuses you want about what's happened this week, but the players have got to get going here, because otherwise they're going to end up on the wrong end of a result, because Wealdstone have unquestionably got the upper hand. But for a little lack of quality of poor decision making, Gateshead could be easily 2 behind here.
While reading the body language here, Ben Radcliffe's agitated, as is Dan Jones. I don't think they're happy with the outlets that they're being given to try and get this ball higher up the pitch without just hitting hope.
Well, I don't think it's any coincidence that every single Gateshead outfield sub is currently out warming up.
Yeah. Of course, if any Wealdstone fans are listening in, we're not just being biased. Gateshead do have high standards, and at the moment, Wealdstone aren't letting them hit that here this afternoon.
No, they're not, and it's down to them, isn't it?
It's
down to Wealdstone really putting Gateshead under a lot of pressure. Dan Jones
Ashford again was just Gateshead managed. Oh, and Dan Jones didn't feel the ball, offside ball there, and another let off. Just the passing, whether it's great closing down or Gateshead just not hitting their marks, it isn't working for the Gateshead players in a white and black shirt.
No, it's not. And you're looking at the bench already, I've got to be honest.
Yep.
Could someone come on from the bench and liven things up and get a bit more quality across the pitch?
I mean, it's a cliche. You need someone to grab the ball and take the game by the scruff of the neck and try and make something happen, because at the moment, the movement up top just isn't working enough. There isn't enough movement in midfield to give the distribution from the defenders who like to carry the ball forward, as Tinkler is doing now. it's very compact in the middle there. No one's trying to create their own space.
No, you're absolutely bang on. And the midfield battle's being won by the opposition here.
Ball through to Tyrell Newton, but needs some support.
Broke the lines there with a really good incisive pass.
Whelan. There's a ball off to Booty. Booty back to Butterfield. And there it just slows down. There's no movement. Hannon to Acres of space on this left-hand side. Now it's been seen. Across comes the ball. Hannon brings it down. Lays it back to Jones, who finds Whelan. Booty back to Whelan. It's happening. Oh, that was a pull on the shirt. Dan Jones. Yeah, I think that's got to be a definite yellow. He was going to be away. And this is a free kick about 20, 30, well, let's say about 25 yards, 28 yards out here, left-hand side of the box. And, an opportunity to whip one in here. But what we've seen so far, the aerial battles have been won by the visitors. Ashford's back, so is McFarlane. And the delivery has to be as good as what we've seen from the visitors.
Yeah, absolutely has to be. Absolutely has to be. One of those that could go anywhere here.
Well, Butterfield stands over the ball. Everybody up, everyone back for the visitors. In comes the ball towards the back post. Dan Jones tries to nod it on. It's been headed clear on the far side, and it's going to go out for a throw to Gateshead, and it didn't go out, and it did go out now off Radcliffe. And when things aren't going your way, they seem to go for the visitors, as it did there. But that's hard work from the visitors. They closed it down. Yeah. They didn't let that ball trickle out.
No, and as much as we're being, slightly critical of Gateshead, we have to praise Wealdstone because they've come up here and they're really putting Gateshead under pressure. They're getting dangerous balls in wide areas. They're committing men in the box. They're looking pretty solid defensively, if we're being honest.
Yep.
It's been a really good opening. Nearly half an hour from Wealdstone.
Yeah, haven't put a foot wrong, really. They've limited the chances. And
barring those couple of misplaced passes that opened things up for Gateshead, it's been a really good half an hour for the visitors.
Well, the work from the front men, closing down, making Gateshead pass across the back again is Tinkler. Tyrell Newton, back to Tinkler. Ball forward over the top, looking for the run of Owen Aseni. And it's got to be better than that. It really has. And it's a goal kick. And at the moment, body language doesn't lie.
That's a great point, Dave. The body language doesn't look great from Gateshead. I don't think there's a lot of communication from what we can tell from here.
There's a lot of heads dropping. There's frustration. Oh, they're trying to push at the back here. Dyer plays it across to Cook. Cook clears the ball only as far as Radcliffe. Radcliffe looks up, gets it to Whelan. Whelan takes a touch to Newton. Out to Tom Allen. Tom Allen cuts inside of it, tries to drive. Lays it off to Whelan, and ball inside. Was that a foul? Referee says yes. And it's the other way. Well, I don't exactly know what happened there. All I can tell you is that there's a free kick to Wealdstone.
I don't understand why. I've got to be honest for that one. Tom's gone down. I'm not saying it should have been a free kick. I'm just saying I don't understand what the actual free kick's been given.
But if it was a dive, it's a yellow card. If that's the only thing I can surmise. Of course, the referee's closer than us. Jones nods it to Whelan over the top, and to give Barrett's nodded up near, give Whelan a chance to chase it down, but Barrett's got back, gives it back to Howe. Howe clears the ball up to the halfway line. Ashford beaten in the air by Booty, but Dyer gets there, comes off his chest, and it's a throw into Gateshead in front of their own dugout.
Again, just second balls being won by Wealdstone. There's just a bit more urgency in their side.
Well, I pinpointed Alex Dyer before because that he was having a bit of an easy game, but now he's starting to come into the game and he's dictating it.
Yeah, I'd say so. I just think there needs to be a little bit of an upping of the energy here from Gateshead.
Well, Hannon nods the ball onto Whelan. It goes out of play for a Gateshead throw.
Could you maybe look at a Kane Adam coming on? That energy that he gives you out wide, and
I don't know if the width is the problem.
In the middle.
Yeah, I think the middle needs someone. I don't know if
Colquitt or a Warman.
Yeah, quite possibly. And Tyrell Newton has been involved, but we're not saying
that's
much.
nice.
But that's better from Gateshead on the edge of the box. And Dan Jones gets it to Alan. It's been taken away. Booty from distance. A frustrated shot deflected, goes through, and Howe not really troubled. But that tells you everything. There's just frustration.
Yeah, frustration, and also in the middle, just a complete lack of communication with two players going for the same ball and nobody really taking control.
Ashford was chasing down Tinkler there, and I think Tinkler's fortunate to get that free kick.
He's pushed him after the ball's gone, but yeah, Gateshead just need a spark here. Let's be honest, it's not often we've had to say something like that.
No, it's against the recent norm, and it's noticeable by the crowd. It's very flat. They haven't seen anything that has sparked them into life.
It does looks a decent crowd anyway.
It certainly does, but that's not to say that the visitors aren't doing a fantastic job thus far. There's the ball here across to Hannant. Can he keep the ball in? Just the ball's just.
I mean, if it's rugby union, it's a great kick for touch, isn't it?
It's a fantastic kick, but yeah. Also, as well, I mean, we've mentioned midfield, we've mentioned maybe wide, but could Oseni be doing more, dropping deep, getting involved, making better runs?
That's good. That's better. Let's see Butterfield there trying to force the game. Sorry, Dave, trying to force the game high, trying to put Wealdstone under pressure inside their own final third, and got them boxed in a bit here.
Yeah,
but I think Oseni could do more. If I'm honest,
yeah.
I think he's sort of, if it does mean dropping deep and linking up a bit more to just try and patch the game together, then so be it.
Ball chested down by Bojuan, comes off Whelan for a throw inside the Wealdstone half. Barrett gets the ball to Dyer, who tries to turn his man and play it across. It does get across though. Tom Allen with a great tackle, but the ball does fall to a yellow shirt, and now they can try and open up down the left-hand side up against Radcliffe. Lovely bit of work to cut inside. He's still good, but the tackle from Booty is now, can he get Gateshead moving forward? Gets it through to Whelan. Whelan on the attack. It's 3 versus 4. Gateshead with the ball to Oseni. Oseni, can he pull the trigger? Deflection. I thought it was just going to loop towards the goalkeeper, but it doesn't. But Hannant picks up the loose ball on this left-hand side of the box. Gets it inside to Whelan. Looked like a push off the ball. Referee's not having anything. Booty puts it in, and the ball is just going to be now cleared by the visitors. And Dan Jones sees that through to Robbie Tinkler. Better from Gateshead.
The one thing,
a little bit of intensity.
Yeah, it's a good ball.
Butterfield plays the ball out now to Hannant, and just too much on it, and Bojuan can see it out, and Hannant looks tired there. I thought he could have got to that one. I know easy to say behind the microphone, but didn't seem to have that much zip on it.
No. Going back to Oseni, I think the one thing I'll give him so far is that when he's had a sight of goal, he's looked to try and get a shot away, which is really positive, and I like that about him. That one, I think he probably could have went a bit earlier. I think the gap was there to get the shot away, and he's just maybe hesitated and given the defender a chance to get back in.
So all the substitutes are starting to go back towards the bench. So we've got a good 12 minutes of the first half remaining as the ball goes through. Tinkler nods it up in the air. Dan Jones wins the header. Whelan flicks it on, but it falls to Barrett. Barrett can turn. Good pressure from Butterfield. Plays it all the way back to his keeper, who's out the ball, and Oseni goes over to try and block it, but cleared down this right-hand side, and Obiro with some good strength there, but the ball bounces out.
Dan Jones was quite canny there.
Yeah.
So let him win the ball and then eased them out of play.
High press again from the visitors, making Gateshead play the ball a bit more direct as it goes all the way through to Howe. And at the moment, Wealdstone will not be too bothered by the way it's development, but
it's just went out.
Whelan tried to block the ball. Looked like it was going to hold up for him, but it went out next to the corner flag on our left-hand side.
Ben Clark just stood up talking to Luke Clark at the moment.
Yeah, deep conversation.
No relation. But I think there is some scratching of the heads going on here from Gateshead.
There's a little bit of pointing towards the right-hand side. There hasn't been too much come from the right-hand side from Gateshead, in truth. But that's a poor throw from Wealdstone as it goes straight to Hannant. Butterfield wins another throw-in for Gateshead.
I wonder if there's an argument to suggest maybe switching Hannant and Hannant and Tom Allen.
Well, either Whelan or Tyrell Newton need to, as a throw comes in from, what do you call that? That's a poor one, hit the first man. Get it to pick up the ball though on the clearance. Butterfield to Booty. Hannant. There is a man at the back post shouting for it, but no way you can get a delivery to him. As Booty has to play it all the way back. And credit to Wealdstone. They closed down every angle there. They pushed Gateshead back.
It's a really good high press from them, isn't it?
Well, at the moment, let's see, I was going to... More Tyrell Newton and Tom Allen, who looks like they have switched positions here at the moment. Allen's went inside, Tyrell Newton out to the right wing back position.
That could be a temporary thing, just to try and impact the game in the short term.
But someone needs to try and work a little bit more behind Orseni.
It's a good ball. There you go.
Tyrell Newton now, he's got the ball. Can he get a cross in? Cuts in with it. Still going with the ball. Still going. Newton lays it off to Butterfield. Butterfield's got Radcliffe there if he needs to use him. Sees the movement. Allen back out onto the right-hand side. Butterfield. Great press from...
Really good, yeah. Force Gateshead backwards.
Wealdstone have been absolutely relentless off the ball. And at the moment, Gateshead do win the ball in midfield and a free kick's being given. Tyrell Newton judged to have brought down Dyer. Is it Dyer? Sorry? No. I can't see the shirt number. But at the moment, what a work rate from the visitors.
Yeah, and frustrating Gateshead, you can see that. But I also think that, again, Gateshead have gone and got themselves into a good little area there and a good little passage of play and just haven't been positive enough, which is quite a surprise.
Ashfield went up for a big header there and, well...
No, you can't blame him there because I think
he's
come down his shoulder.
He landed very, very heavy. He went up with, Dan Jones didn't go up and Ashfield he got up to nearly about 10 foot there. He was absolutely towering in the air, but as he's come down, he's landed very, very heavy. And the physios are straight on. I wouldn't be surprised if he's winded there because he came down with some force mark.
Yeah, you just hope it's not anything, dislocated shoulder or concussion or anything like that because he's really hit the ground, hasn't he?
Yeah, and just where we've got a break in play, is there any interesting scores in and around the FA Trophy for local sides?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having a look at elsewhere. Hebben are 2-0 down against FC United Manchester at home. Blythe Spartans are 1-0 down against Stockton Town. Just looking at some other games as well. There's Morpeth in the FA Trophy today. They are currently 1-0 up at Workington. Jack Foley with the goal. And I think the other team we've got in is Newton Aycliffe. They're away at Whitby today. When we're talking about North East, that's 0-0. But in the National League North, I'm just trying to work through here.
Mark's thumbs are moving furiously on his phone.
South Shields were, I believe, 3-0 down at Needham Market, which is a long trip down there. It's not going to be a pleasurable trip back if it continues in that manner.
Well, we're back underway. Ashford is stood on the next to the fourth official, ready to come on.
He's lucky there, because that was quite the blow.
Well, Dan Jones, on loan from Port Vale, gives it to Tinkler and turn to Radcliffe, who can say it was a temporary move there, as Tom Allen does look to be hugging that touchline again on the far side. Whelan, nice bit of communication there. He's wanting the ball moved faster. He's got the ball now. What can he do? Leaves it off to Hannant.
The easy ball there was Jones, but obviously Ashford's come straight back on and would have pinched it, I think.
Well, straight back into the action, Ashford, trying to make Gateshead work. Hannant, left-hand side, has the ball. The mountain yellow shirts that's around there, and Whelan just runs it out. And yeah, you can see frustration all over the place. I think the half-time whistle for Gateshead probably could come a little bit sooner in their eyes. But Wealdstone, they'll not be complaining.
Not at all. They've caused this frustration. They'll be delighted. And, a little, I'm not going to say crosswords, but a little conversation there between Hannant and...
You can see it's just, it's frustration. It's questioning themselves, questioning their teammates. And Gateshead at the moment having to play the ball around the back under pressure. at the moment. Radcliffe can ping the ball over the
ball,
top. It's a good ball for Owen Oseni. He's on the far side of Cook. Got some support. Tom Allen takes a touch, drives with the ball, has to play it back down the line to Radcliffe, and Radcliffe looks to bring the ball forward himself. It's a poor ball inside. And, Obiro was fouled after the ball there, and I think that could be a yellow card for Radcliffe.
Yeah, this young lad's done a lot of good since he's come to Gateshead last month, but that was poor. Yeah. He's done everything right. He's driven at the Wealdstone defence, but the passes, I'm not sure what he's seen, because it wasn't even close to a Gateshead play.
Well, I think it's how he left his body in after he passed the ball, but Tabiro's back up, and it wasn't a yellow card. He just got a talking to, but we've got 4 minutes remaining here in the first half, and Gateshead just not having the communication that they normally have in midfield, and the ball goes out of Tyrell Newton for a throw on the far side.
Just got worse for South Shields down at Needham Market. They're down to 10 men now.
Wow.
Tom Broadbent sent off for a second yellow card.
Could be a long season down at South Shields.
That's better.
That's better from Heed and Wealdstone pass all the way back to Howe, and Howe's first touch wasn't the greatest there, but he did manage to recover and clear the ball. Goes out for a throw next to the visitors' dugout. Hannon quickly takes it.
I think the frustration, just looking at Ben Clark there, standing up, just trying to encourage Gateshead. You can see that he knows they're not hitting anywhere near where they should be.
Well, if we needed somebody to talk to the players, as a former Gateshead captain, of course, in charge of the club in interim with Ben Clark, then you have a great leader in Greg Ollie who's helping out. But that's a great bit of footwork from Tom Allen. Brings the ball forward. Can he play through? Oseni holds it up. Oh! Just tried too much, and for whatever reason,
gets a ball.
Yeah, as Allen,
good from Tom Allen.
Yeah, a lot of hard work there, paid off.
That's what they need, something to just inspire them, just to get them going here, because it's so flat, and it's not often we've been able to say that about Gateshead in the last 2-3 years. Butterfield.
Midfield, turns in the centre, brings the ball forward, pokes it to Oseni, but Oseni just beaten to the ball by Barrett, and Barrett read that really well. But Dan Jones, didn't get the ball, and Nobiro can bring the ball forward, plays it through, and now Ashford can bring the ball forward. McFarlane's in the centre. Lovely bit of footwork, pulls it across, and Gateshead head it clear, and now from the rebound, shot off. Booty with a poke. Lying on his back, puts his foot out to clear it. It looked destined for the back of the net. And Gateshead, well, they're living life dangerously.
They are, yeah, and that's a real let off Booty. I think that might have been going in,
I think it was. Well, I don't think I've ever seen anyone toe punt the ball from lying on the back to clear a goal attempt.
Look, there's no doubt here. Wealdstone should be ahead. They should be, I would say, at very least 2 up. They really be a stretch to say dominated, but they've certainly had the upper hand in this game. And Gateshead, it's just not the Gateshead we know and love.
I think the word you're looking for has probably deserved it.
100%.
If they were, a goal to the good, if not 2, they've certainly put the work rate in. And for Gateshead, it just hasn't clicked. But it has been another October of dismay for Gateshead just before the FA Cup. It's uncanny, the similarities to last season. Dan Jones tries to get past the Bureau. It does. Lays it off to Brooks. Ball through the centre, not the greatest. Tyrell Newton doesn't get to the ball, but it does get out to Tom Allen. Tom Allen loses his footing. Radcliffe. Back to Brooks. And once again, that press is making Gateshead go along. Cook brings the ball down, chests it down, and midfield, they're not picking it up, but the ball does fall to Radcliffe. Cross to Jones. Hannant. Got to lay it back to Jones.
Got nothing on there, Hannant,
No, nothing at all. The ball over the top towards Oseni. Oseni brings it down. He's past it. Good goal defending from Cook, and manages to get it back. And, he was even going down and still managed to interrupt the play there, Cook. And Oseni, even if he took a first-time shot, would have been better than what we ended up with.
Just got to get a shot away.
Yeah.
Just got to get a shot away there. He's worked it well. He's got his body in between the man and the ball. And he's just got to get a shot away.
Well, we're at 45 minutes. There's 2 minutes being added on here at the end of the first half. And Borjuan runs a header, but Booty can ping this one forward, looking for the run of Oseni. It's going to stay in. Oseni needs people running forward. He does have Butterfield for support. And Whelan. Butterfield gets on the left-hand side. Now back to Hannant. Oseni isn't even looking. Needs to get up. And, well, a free kick there for Hannant. But Oseni had his back to the ball. Well,
I wouldn't quite go as far as that last comment, by the way.
Well, had his back to the... Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. I thought you meant my comment.
No.
Double guessing myself there, Mark. But Gateshead have a free kick in a decent position here. About 25 yards, 30 yards out. Left-hand side of the D. Butterfield and Booty stand over the ball. Big men up there, but so is all of the players from Wealdstone. In it comes, and it's been nodded behind for a corner. And it's...
Hey?
Whoa! Well, there isn't much... Well, there is Whelan, but it did look as if Cook had nodded that behind.
He did. It's 100% a corner. I mean, we're miles away here, but we've got a great view of that up here.
Well, someone did say return to Neil Aspen type of football, but I wouldn't quite say that. But it just feels like they haven't clicked. But as we said before, full credit to the visitors. They're doing a great job. That's the best way to describe it. They're looking dangerous and they're closing down. But there is the half-time whistle. It is 0-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium in the National League. And Mark, I think Gateshead will be happy for that half-time whistle.
Yeah, now it's down to the experienced players and Ben Clark and his management team, the interim management team, to get in there and have words and try and get things going. I think there's not a lot of happy faces coming off the pitch, and there shouldn't be. It needs to be more positive.
Well, I'll say we'll gonna have a little break. We're just gonna play one of our half-time videos. We do need to get a new one, so I do apologise. It's been a hectic week on my end. My mum's been in hospital and stuff, but I will endeavour to put fresh videos up at half-time. We will be back in about 10 minutes here on the Heed Army podcast, so please do join us when we come back, when the players are nearly out, ready for the second half. Signing announced just before we came on air, and that is this young man here from Blythe Town is Ben Fell. So I'm guessing that is one for the future there. So Ben Fell comes into the mix, and Mickey's seen him play against North Shields. I'll quickly go through some of the messages because we've got loads coming in. Thank you to everybody. Stevie Farnfield, he's put hello boys, embracing the win. It's hello lads, excited for the 10th of August. Certainly am. Nice. The Trina there, evening lads. We've got lots of evening lads. I'll put them up while we're going and say, boys. I mean, we'll start with the first one. I'll tell you what. We'll start with some the slaying of the scum.
Well, you need to ask. Look how happy he is, Craig. You need to ask the new lad here. This lad called 7-0. You couldn't resist it, could you, Mickey?
I couldn't. No.
On cloud nine, look at you.
Of course, look. Well, let's be honest about it. That's the worst Blythe side I've ever seen.
Ever, I know, yeah. Terrible.
It really was. I mean, I'll put it up here in the background. I'll just put us down to the bottom. There we are, and I'll put this one in. Of course, it was about 600 fans there for this one, and from the get-go, we started. Well, we're getting in behind them, and there you go, straight in. Ollie Thompson with the first goal, and that was what the rest of the game, the pattern followed. We just opened them up with ease.
Mistakes as well, like basic mistakes.
I mean, yeah, we went when it was at half time. We're 4-0 up, and I was thinking, keep the lads on for. Did we make any changes till 70 minutes? Let's see how many we can actually get before the I mean, when we went to 4-0 up, the lads behind the goal were saying we won 10. And that was before half time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Oseni was just absolutely fantastic.
His second goal's a corker.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't like to do this to have a go at Blythe, but who
missed this? That's a shocking miss. That
we missed that one. But they weren't physically up to it. I know you could see full time versus part time, but they just didn't even have the speed. I mean, there was one instance where Luke Hannon was like trotting up the right hand side with the ball, and they couldn't get near him. They were having to really
look at the space. Just look at the space there is. You know what I mean? They're not getting close or anything.
Well, I mean,
they're not even.
They were playing Ryan Donaldson in defence, centre half, and it's
wow.
Great. That player that just went down there, number 17, I forgot his name, the trialist, number 17, was absolutely electric again, as he was against Scotland. Getting to see a full game out of him more or less was nice, because when he came on against Sunderland, we'll talk about later on, he just seemed to be trying that little bit extra hard and things weren't coming off, but he was a real team player there in this one. And I think, we're talking about how bad Blythe Spartans were, and I spoke to Louis Story after the game, and I said it was a good performance, and he went, you can't about the scoreline. I said, not the scoreline, I said the performance. We give a professional performance. We kept our width. We kept passing the ball. We played to our tempo, not to the opposition. We could have just took the mickey and showboated and passed the ball, but we weren't. They were looking for space. I mean, look at the movement from the players here. They were in amongst it. They were hungry. They were going for it, and it's a pre-season friendly, and it bodes well. I mean, of course, we've got 2 really tough games coming up. To finish off pre-season, which is what you want, but to see us go about our thing professionally and carry it on, even though it was poor opposition, was embarrassing. Yeah,
brilliant.
Embarrassing own goal. Look at that. It's a beautiful finish, by the way.
I know. It's like one of them when the fielder's running after trying to stop a forward, it's just out of the reach.
Yeah,
just pushes it on.
So yeah, but just looking at the game, it was and we'll address this now because someone's just put "just for men" gone wrong. Obviously, that's
I think he's got a purple rinse me, son. Like, I must admit.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. I'll just pause this a second. Right, we'll put me full screen. Right now, can you see like a purpley pinky tinge to that? Or it was how I've removed it. There you are. So what it was,
he's gone off.
He's quit. He's gone.
Can you hear us now? I'm back.
Gotta call him Molly Slogan from now on, like.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well, what it was, I went for like the pre-scandal scuff look originally, and then we root score, and I do it again. But instead, I was in the dye shop, well, Savers, and I picked up platinum blonde, and it looked very similar, the grey, to the metallic. There's another one there, we hit the post there. I mean, it could have been 10 or 12-0. And obviously this one didn't take as well, and it just left like a blue rinse. If anyone remember, what was her name on Coronation Street? She used to go
Molly Slocum, before you being served.
Yeah, well, my pussy is all right. So yeah, but no, Friday night. I mean, it was a lovely game. For us, it was a nice night out, pleasant pre-season game. Blythe fans, to be honest, they were absolutely fantastic. They knew what was coming, I think. I think that you heard some things said on the way out of the ground, didn't you, Mickey?
I knew. I didn't think what was the words was used. I had a feeling it was going to be bad, but not this bad, was the words I heard.
Yeah.
No, they didn't expect note.
It's pretty desperate, isn't it, from them?
It's. I just hope this bloke starts opening up to them, because if they're not going to open up to the wrong fans, they're just gonna be hate figures like Calla was.
Yeah. I mean, you just hope that it improves for them, because it could be a very slippery, quick downward spiral. on what we've seen there, because that was probably the worst pre-season side I've ever seen. Not just because it's live, I'd say that was just, it was farcical. But Gateshead went about their business and read the tempo. They made a game of, making the players work. So yeah.
Now what it reminds me of, can you remember the 2000s when
Hello there, and welcome back to the Heed Army podcast and National League TV. We can go through some half-time scores for you around the National League, and at the moment, this is how it stands after 45 minutes. AFC File 3, Aldershot 2, Barnet 0, Boston United 1, Braintree 1, Altrincham 0, Eastleigh 1, Forest Green 0, Ebbsfleet United 0, Rochdale 2. It's Tamworth are winning 2-0 away to FC Halifax. Of course, Gateshead travelled to Tamworth on Tuesday evening. 0-0 here, of course, between Gateshead and Wealdstone. Hartlepool 0, Sutton United 2. It's 0-0 between Oldham Athletic and Solihull Moors. And Southend United are losing 1-0 at home to Maidenhead. And it's Yeovil 0, Dagenham 0. And, well, it's all set up. If Gateshead can get some points here today, that if they play their game in hand with a win today and a win on Tuesday, they could go back top of the league. But that's ifs, buts, and possibilities. What we need is to see a better reaction here in the second half at Gateshead when they come out. But for Wealdstone, they'll be wanting more of the same. High tempo and off the ball work has been exemplary so far this afternoon for the visitors. And pardon me. All right, let's have a little look about. We've got some messages coming in. We'd like you to vote for the Heed Army podcast in the Football Content Awards. We've been nominated for Best in Non-League Podcast, and we would be very, very appreciative if you'd like to drop us a vote. And also tell your loved ones to do it as well. We're up against some big podcasts, but every vote counts, and we're very honoured to have made it into the final 10 against thousands of other podcasts. So thank you for everyone that did nominate us in the first place. We've made it past the judges panel. Now we need to see if we can get on the popularity panel. But also as well, while we're on about the Heed Army podcast, Monday evening, 8 p.m, we will be talking about this game and previewing the trip down to Tamworth on Tuesday. And also as well, the speculation of managers is still in the air after the departure of Robert Elliott. We'll be talking about that and much, much more. So please do drop a subscribe as well if you are on the audio stream. It really does go a long way to helping us reach more people on a match day and, of course, with the podcast, because it's all about reaching new people. And, of course, we know players' families do listen in and interact with the show. And we want everyone to know that it's a nice big family here at Gateshead, and hopefully we can have you part of that family with us, your friends as well, and get them all involved and loving the Heed Army. Just having a look about, the ball boys are getting their photo took, or boy and boy girls, should we say, down there, getting their photos took. They're all with the balls and their luminous jackets. Done a fine job so far this afternoon. Hopefully we'll find out on the tannoy who they are and who they are representing. But it is moments away from the second half, and we're waiting for the teams to come back out here. It doesn't look like there's any changes for either side at the moment. All the substitutes are out there going through it. Well, Wealdstone's warm-up's a little bit more intense, but Gateshead just kicking the ball about at the moment, and we'll see how they do in the second half. But if it carries on the same way, Mark, you would expect there to be a few changes on about 55-minute mark, you would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably too early at half-time. I think you only ever see that really when it's in drastic circumstances. But then, you never know if they want to spark something. What I would say is all the Gateshead substitutes are out there at the moment. So clearly nothing's imminent. But I think there'll be consideration to something early on. I've got to be honest, if it doesn't improve, I look at maybe Javon Malcolm coming on and giving some life up top, or Kane Adam out wide. But at the minute, it's been a little bit lifeless from Gateshead, and it's not often we've been able to say that in recent years.
Yeah, it's the standards that's been hit at Gateshead for many years has been very entertaining. We haven't it's very rare in football. You haven't seen a bad game in quite a while, and at the moment, Gateshead just not hitting the marks that they're used to. But as we've said in commentary in the first half, full credit to Wealdstone. They're playing a great game of football at the moment after their slow start to the season, and they'll be hoping and talking in at half time that they can go on and get the 3 points here, Mark, because
they'll think they should already have the 3 points wrapped up. I think you look at the way they're playing. They don't look like a team who are sat in the relegation zone. They don't look like a side that have been struggling. They don't look like a side that have only won 2 games out of 12 or 13, whatever it is.
They look like one of the better sides that's come to the stadium so far this season. I mean, we've seen some good sides come, and they've looked up there with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've seen 4 or 5 games here this season now, and I think you'd be stretched to say there's been many teams who've pressed Gateshead as much as Wealdstone have. I think you look at the Forest Greens and that come here. Yes, probably have more quality. Barnet have more quality, but I don't think I've seen a team press Gateshead as much as Wealdstone have today. And full credit to them. And Gateshead have got to find answers. That's a challenge for the second half.
I certainly do. And I went through the half-time scores. There's some interesting scores that do apply to Gateshead if they were to get a win here this afternoon, but things have to change for that to happen. And Mark, if things were to stay the way they were and Gateshead do have a much improved second half, they could be setting themselves up to maybe even look at going back top of the league with a win on Tuesday. But I mean, the thing at hand is obviously the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, but if they can get, they can go joint second with a win today.
Yeah.
But that should be so far away from the thinking at the minute. It's purely about, for me, and again, I say this, it's not very often I've said stuff like this, it's about doing the basics. Yeah. And at the minute, Gateshead aren't doing the basics.
Which is normally, without going down cliches, their bread and butter. It's normally the way they go about things, and the simple football leads to the attractive football. But at the moment, I say we do have the visitors out there already going through a little warm-up with some cones in front of their dugout, just getting the blood flowing back into the legs and the muscles as we await Gateshead to come back out here for the second half. And if you're just joining us on National League TV or on the Heed Army podcast, it is currently 0-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium, with Gateshead not really hitting their normal game with gusto, should we say. But they are back out.
That's exactly the right word, by the way.
Yeah, it's they are back out for the second half. Doesn't look like there's going to be any changes. So, although as I say that, Kane Adam is stripping down there, I don't know if that's going to be an immediate change. But at the moment, looks unchanged, and Gateshead will be shooting towards the Felon end, the visitors to the River Tyne. And as I say, if you are just joining us for our audio listeners, the visitors are in yellow and shirts, blue shorts, white socks, very Brazil-esque, and Gateshead in their white and black shirts, black shorts and black socks. But there's the description for the audio listeners. But
simply has to be better. And Gateshead, and I realise we are focusing a lot on Gateshead here, but I think they need a fast start. The first 10 of the second half, they need to come out the blocks, they need to be fit, they need to be firing, they need to show more energy and intensity. Because I think this will be, as it stands, this will be quite an easy away day for Wealdstone as it stands. And yes, you're right what you said before. They'll think they deserve the 3 points based on that first half performance. But by the same token, a point here would be an unbelievable result for them.
Without a doubt. I mean, obviously Gateshead have been top of the league for a majority of the season, still in touch and distance, and to come here when you're second bottom after a poor start of the season and getting a point will be something else. But 3 points would be even better. And if they play the way they did in the first half, there's no reason why they can't even try and do that.
Yeah, look, I said it before half time, but they deserve to be at least 2 up. They've created chances. They've looked busy. They've looked. They've shown more energy. They've shown more commitment to get forward. it's been a good performance from a team that we thought was struggling.
Well, it's a free kick here to Wealdstone. It's right in front of the Gateshead dugout.
Sorry, I was just about to sneeze there.
Yeah, and they're going to it's a high line from Gateshead. The big men are going up, and it's going right towards the far end there. Gateshead don't win the header, but Dan Jones pumps the ball clear. The ball bounces. Owen Aseni, just nearly gets to the ball, and he's down in a heap at the moment. I don't know if he's twisted his knee when he tried to stretch there. He's still down at the moment. Gateshead in possession with the ball. Referee goes over. He did seem to stretch to try and get to it. I wouldn't say there was a nudge from the back, but there was contact. I don't know if he's caught his studs in the grass, but the physio is quickly over there. But he does look in some distress.
He really does. He really does. He's went down hitting the turf, like punching the turf as well, which means he's obviously in pain. There he does look as if he twisted as he went down. So I wonder if it's a.
I think for our audio listeners, he went to stretch his leg out as he was. The ball was moving away from him. There was a player behind him. Certainly not a foul, but I think the momentum of trying to twist is what caused the pain for him. But he sat up.
I knew that sneeze was coming. For me, Javon Malcolm's the obvious replacement. Yeah. I know Mark Beck's on the bench, but I just think for what Gateshead need right now, I'd be looking at Javon Malcolm going on.
You all heard that sneeze, but BBC Radio Newcastle felt that sneeze as he turned towards them.
Well, I tried not.
Yeah.
Getting daggers off Dicker here.
Yeah. Well, he is up onto his feet, walking across the far side with the medical staff from Gateshead. Both Javon Malcolm and Mark Beck are warming up to our left, just in case they're needed. Well, there's about 2 minutes to be added on at the end there, Mark. As Radcliffe plays the ball back to Tiernan Brooks. Pumps the ball up to where you would want Oseni to be. Headed clear by the visitors. And Tom Allen, the ball just didn't stick to him. And now they can bring it forward through Elliot Forbes. Elliot Forbes just
Gateshead's ball, by the way.
And
Elliot Forbes?
Did I say Elliot Forbes?
I said Forbes, I was going to say.
I'm talking about the Darlington defender now.
Ben Clark in the dugout and Elliot Forbes on the pitch.
Yes. Also, we need Scott Barrow to have a reunion.
So, also Darlington.
Yeah, also Darlington, yeah. Radcliffe going to take this throw just in front of us. Launches it up the pitch towards Oseni, headed clear. And Dan Jones intercepts, Butterfield gets it to Whelan and quickly closed down, but good passing from Dan Jones brings Hannant into play. Hannant plays it back to Jones. Jones plays a ball into the box. It's got an audacious swing on it, and it hasn't been kept in. It goes out for a goal kick. And, the frustration's still there, I think.
We should say a Sunny back on, by the way.
Yeah. Seems to be moving okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's massively comfortable, though.
Yeah, he's just walking, isn't he?
I think it's a sub I'd be tempted to make quite early.
Well, we mentioned in the first half the movement just wasn't seeming to be happening. The attempts weren't coming his way. Maybe a fresh pair of legs up top and a different bit of vision. Oh, the kick was a bit of a poor one. Comes through to Regan Booty. Booty brings the ball forward, tries to play the ball through, but they're closed down in numbers. They're hunting in packs, but that ball wasn't great either. And now the ball out to Tom Allen. He's got to get past Cook. Cook, good tackle. And the ball goes out for a throw on our right-hand side. Well, throw-in has been taken, giving it to Radcliffe. It's on the right-hand side, back to Robbie Tinkler just inside his own half. Across the pitch to Jones. Jones takes a touch and carries it forward a few yards. Hannant under pressure.
Fouled as well.
Nice.
Done well, that's nice.
Pass from Whelan to keep the ball moving. Now with Radcliffe.
That's better.
Out. And Allen cuts inside with the ball, plays the ball through, just too heavy with his left foot. And the ball goes all the way through. How there is improvement, but as in the first half, the range of passing just hasn't been in sync. As Hannon gets the ball to Booty.
Good ball.
Whelan. Booty gets the ball, looks to play the ball in the centre, looking for the run of Owen Oseni. Oseni's got the ball, lays it off to Whelan, left-hand side of the box. Can he... shot away. And Gateshead...
what a block.
Another block as well from Tyrell Newton. Shot. But Gateshead... and Booty was just caught on his toes there. And Wealdstone, they got away with one there themselves. The best chance for Gateshead so far in the game, you would say. Still 0-0.
That's not great, you know.
He's wiped out and he's down. He's caught late. He's sat up though. The yellow card given to number 25. And
who had the first shot?
The first shot was Butterfield, yeah. Actually, I don't think it was. It was.
And then Newton.
Yeah, then Newton. It was Jack Wells Morrison that got the yellow card there. Gates have a free kick, about 25 yards out, left-hand side of the box, right at level with the corner, and a few yards out. Booty takes a few steps back. Quality is what is needed here from this delivery. In comes the ball towards Dan Jones. It's headed back.
Great ball in, you know. It's a great ball in from Regan Booty.
Well, it's a throw in on our right-hand side. Well, we asked for quality, we got quality. Radcliffe is going to take charge of this throw. Butterfield shows, chests the ball down, gives it to Radcliffe. Radcliffe gets a cross in. It's dangerous one, cleared by Wealdstone.
Got to be careful here.
Tinkler has to get back and get this ball under control. Teenan Brooks with a good clearance, but it's going to fall to
Second
a yellow
ball
shirt.
again.
And at the moment, Wealdstone just picking up them balls in space. Ball forward, too easy as the ball's been flicked out. And Teenan Brooks, tell you what, if that had just been waiting a little bit more, Elliot Thorpe would have been in on goal.
He would, yeah. Just didn't need to be his intricate, did he? He could have took a touch and then played him in.
Yeah, it's a lovely flick though. The idea was nice.
Yeah, it was.
At the moment, Radcliffe.
Good ball.
Ball over the top for Oseni. It's held up in the wind. Barrett does well, though, to get in the way and marshal him away. Howe with another kick. Not the greatest. His kicking hasn't been great in the second half. It's been finding Gateshead players as Tyrell Newton does get the ball to Butterfield, and Butterfield dances past three players, lays it back to Radcliffe. And Gateshead slightly improved in the second half, but they need to win that midfield battle.
Good ball, that's better.
Whelan now. If he looks up, he's got Hannon back to Whelan. Ball comes out to Allen on this left-hand side. Try to play through a crowd of players, and that's let Wealdstone clear the ball as far as Ashford, and Gateshead win the ball back through Booty. Radcliffe to Booty now.
One drive.
Newton, far side. There's
Good
a ball
ball
on to Hannon. Hannon tests it down, can bring the ball forward up against Bulgewin, crosses the ball in. It's deep, very deep. It's going to fall to Tom Allen, who has time to bring it down and lay it off. Back to Radcliffe. Gateshead starting to turn a little screw here at the moment. In it comes towards... Whelan got the header away.
Yeah, little signs of promise there from Gateshead.
Mm-hmm.
But just a little bit of lack of conviction at times.
Yeah, it is little glimmering hopes there that we've seen so far. But as I say, it's just that midfield, they seem to be picking up, anticipating the second ball a lot better.
I'd agree with that. And
but 56 minutes gone, 0-0. And Gateshead have a goal kick here. Not in any hurry to take it. Howard Hazard in the next 5 minutes, the bench might start to look to change it up a little bit. Teenan Brooks plays the ball to Booty. Booty to Radcliffe. The press from Wealdstone, and that's just poor from Gateshead as the ball just passed straight out for a throw-in to Wealdstone. And having fresh legs and maybe fresh ideas is maybe what's needed here going forward. At the moment, Tom Allen fouls. It was a needless one. The player was already away. And Brandon Mason. And this is another great opportunity for Wealdstone to put the ball in the box. 35 yards out, left-hand side. With 5 yards from the touchline. And the big men are up there once again, Mark.
Yeah, and I mean, the quality of the ball we've seen from Wealdstone's been excellent, hasn't it? The set pieces and the throw-ins, crosses put into the box. And this is a real threat.
Bob stands over it. Chips it in towards the back post. It's another good, dangerous one. And just...
I don't think that's a bad ball.
It's a good ball. Good ball. Just unfortunately for Wealdstone, I think it was Bulger in there that just couldn't get up off the ground. We're back underway. Newton gives it to Allen. Allen's got space to run into. He needs to carry this ball forward. And he's looking up. He's looking for teammates as Butterfield. Ball goes out and it's a Gateshead throw. It just came off a Wealdstone toe. Quickly taken to Radcliffe. Tinkler. Cross to Jones. Jones sees the run of Whelan. Whelan up against Barrett. He's got support in Jones, though. Jones takes a touch back to Whelan. Whelan to Booty. Booty plays it to Newton. And, well, Wealdstone come away with the ball. Whelan was dispossessed and Gateshead back in numbers, but Wealdstone still in possession on the halfway line. Newton tries to get to the ball.
Good, that. Good press.
Yeah, as Tom Allen brings down Brandon Mason again, and surely the referee will be looking at that and thinking, well, that's the second one.
Sorry, drop my mic there.
Clear, it's a fortune. We've got a free kick here. It's going to be taken just in front of the Gateshead dugout, 5 yards inside their own half. In Wealdstone's half, sorry. And
it's come a long way up, by the way.
He has. The keeper's come up and they're going to go for the defensive line's 35 yards out here for this. Howes with a ball towards the big men at the back. Falls to Booty though. Butterfield gets the ball out to Whelan. Gateshead need to utilise this ball in space, and it's Oseni. He's got past his mat. Was he fouled? Referee's pulled it back.
Tell you what. Oh, what?
Well, I think because Oseni, from our point of view, looked like he had been hit in the back there as he went past, but I think he slipped and held the player back. I think that's what it's called for. Ball played forward. It was a shot. Well, bit of a mess from both sides there.
I'm not really sure why he's given that against us any there. Looked like he was brought down.
I think when he went down, he grabbed a foot. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, 59 minutes gone. Into the 60th minute, 0-0. And Wealdstone just edging it a little bit. Gateshead the improvement from the first half, but as we've said before, that second ball in midfield does just seem to fall to a yellow shirt at this moment in time.
And the thing is, Dave, barring that one save in the first half.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. One save that Howes made in the first half from Tom Allen, he hasn't really been massively tested.
No. Well, it's a throw into Gateshead as Cook had cleared it out, nearly wiping out the sub-bench. As Gateshead get it into the centre with Jones, plays it across to Hannant. Hannant takes a touch and brings it forward up against Bulgewin, cuts in. Whelan.
But he's asking Luke Hannant for some movement. There's nothing.
Hannant now has to cut in himself, and the ball was intercepted and cleared. Baronius Jones found it. Whelan gets the ball to Butterfield. Butterfield tries to pick out Newton on the edge of the box. It just goes behind him. And at the moment, Obiro, was he fouled? Referee says no, it's played on. Whelan has the ball. Now Tyrell Newton. He slipped. He picks up the ball. He's still got it. He's Newton edge of the box and just was taken off his toes by Dyer. And now the visitors can play themselves out of trouble, but only goes out as far as a throw halfway inside their own half on the far side.
I think he's just got to let that go there, hasn't he?
Well, That throw goes to Wealdstone because it come up against a player. Well, there is a few Gateshead players going for a warm-up down there. Colquitt, Warman and Kane add-on.
I think for me, it's top end where I'll be looking at changes. That's good.
Lovely interception by Butterfield, and Oseni drops deep to pick up the ball, drives forward with it. He's got Tom Allen, who he uses. Can Allen pull the trigger? Goes for his shot and, well, drags it well wide. Didn't even get it towards the goal. It goes straight out. And at the moment, it's just not going Gateshead's way.
No, again, and I've said it 3 or 4 times in this game for both sides, got to go across goal. You're not going to beat a goalkeeper who's near post there. It's got to go across goal. I think Adom I think I would look at getting him on out wide. I think Javon Malcolm could be a shout to come through the middle. There's a handball, by the way.
Certainly looked like a handball there, but Booty nods the ball down to Radcliffe. Radcliffe puts it over the top. Cook is up against Oseni. Oseni tries to hold it up, but it falls to a yellow shirt, and Dyer plays it across to the far side. Now Boldrin can bring the ball forward, drives over the halfway line. There's 2 men in the centre with their arms up waiting for it. There's Obiro, dispossessed by Dan Jones. Dan Jones has done very well, but the ball comes off Obiro for a throw on the far side.
Messy stage of play that was, wasn't it? 2 players keep falling over, and somehow Dan Jones comes out the ball.
Javon Malcolm's warming up as well now, and it does look as if we're going to see someone come on very soon. I think they are telling Javon Malcolm to go through a bit more of an intense workup there. If my hand signal reading is any good. Cook wins the header because we picked up by Gateshead midfield, and it isn't. It's flicked on by the visitors, and Booty.
It's not foul there.
There's a little coming together, and now it is.
Hannant
Hannant can bring the ball forward. Hannant driving forward. He's got Whelan, puts the ball into the centre. Cook heads it clear. There's nobody there to get to it, and Dyer can. Mason can come away with the ball. Booty though intercepts, and now Allen drives into the right-hand side of the box, pulls it across. It's not the greatest cross, and it's cleared, but Gator pick up the loose ball. Tyrell Newton scoops it over. I don't know what he was trying to pick out there, but the ball went well over Oseni's head and bounces out of play for a goal kick.
Just poor decision making, poor execution all around there. Tom Allen has got his fullback backing into his own area. I think he's just got to take him on.
Ashford tries to drive forward, but Tinkler does get there in front of him. He's under pressure. Plays it down the line. Dan Jones under pressure from Obiro. Does manage to keep it in, but it falls back to Obiro. And now Farland on this far side. McFarland brings the ball down. He's got Gates to play in front and gets a shot off. It's been blocked, but it's going to be picked up the loose ball again by Wealdstone shirt. Mason plays the ball down to Thorpe. Thorpe crosses the ball in and, well, goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. But at the moment, Gateshead need to up the tempo. And can they do it here as Whelan drives with the ball, takes it forward.
Where's his movement? Where's his support?
Butterfield comes across to help. And at the moment, Booty's on the ball. Allen on space on this right-hand side. Can he get the better of the defender again? Plays it inside to Booty. And that's a poor passing from Gateshead and communication. And Wealdstone bring the ball forward. But their ball forward wasn't the greatest. And Tom Allen can keep it in. 65 minutes gone, 0-0. A lively game, but the quality isn't there from the Gateshead
I think it's going to be a triple sub. Colquitt, Malcolm, and Adom.
I think it's what's needed, personally, as the ball comes through. And at the moment, Obiro puts it out to Baldwin. Baldwin can bring the ball. Well, it passes all the way back to Barrett. Barrett under pressure from Oseni. Ball forward. Falls, finds Obiro just in space. And at the moment, Gateshead just struggling to get any possession of the ball. And the headed ball clear.
Oh, well done.
Radcliffe gets it to Newton. Radcliffe sees the run of Tom Allen. Can he get through to it? Cook's there to clear the ball. Is headed back by Dyer. And Thorpe manages to dance past with the ball. Keeps it in this left-hand side. There is players getting forward. There's a decent cross in there. And
what a header.
What a header that was to head it away. I think it might have been Tinkler or Dan Jones. Jones was the man that headed it away. But what another beautiful cross into the box.
Been a feature, hasn't it? real feature of Wealdstone's game, the delivery in the box. I mean, the strikers can't really complain. But, yeah, Gateshead, I wouldn't say rocking, but they've gone back into the first half patterns here.
Butterfield chips the ball over to Radcliffe, who brings it down. He's got space to bring it forward, and he is doing so, but there's not many targets in the box. The ball comes in. Barrett pokes it away, back over towards Radcliffe. Radcliffe holds it up. Didn't know where it was for a second there, and Mason can... No! Well, the referees give a free... the linesmans give a free kick there. And we are going to see the triple substitution. It's Colquitt, Malcolm, and Kane Adom are going to come on here, and we'll see who they're replacing. Onaseni is one of the players to be replaced, so that will be like for Javon Malcolm. Butterfield makes way for Colquitt. Butterfield looks to spend force at the moment. He's give a lot this afternoon. And the final substitution is Tom Allen for Kane Adom. So all like for like. Can they have an impact on this game?
I think they're really positive subs. Be interesting to see how the midfield takes shape now.
Well, the ball comes all the way through to Hannant, who's the furthest man back. He's going to pump this ball forward, looking for the run of Kane Adom, and the ball's going to hold up with a bounce here. Kane Adom coming through, keeper. Oh, he's in no man's land, the keeper. And, well, the communication was awful, and it's a throw into Gateshead.
Just give a free kick.
Oh, he's given a free
my God.
kick. Oh, well, the goalkeeper came out into no man's land, collided with his own player, and looks like he's done himself a mischief, and Mason.
I think he's give it for Adom. I think he's saying Adom's pushed the player. You can't give it. Yeah,
he has. Yeah,
it's for the.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it was an innocent coming together of players there. And there is a player with a face mask on. It does look like Batman's warming up down the left wing. I'll give credit that to Mark, because Mark spotted Batman earlier on, not me. Credit where credit's due. And the free kick is going to be taken by Sam Howe. Powerful kick. Falls to Booty, though. Booty puts the ball forward for Kane Adom to run onto. Javon Malcolm closing down.
Oh, he's done well there, you know.
Brandon Mason brings the ball forward, puts it out to Thorpe. Thorpe up against Booty. Holding the ball up well. Thorpe lays it back to Cook. Cook finds Dyer, back to Cook on the halfway line. There is a man shouting for it on the far side. The ball has went over to it. He's brought it down well, holding the ball up well. He's still holding the ball up there. And Wealdstone, he runs into Tyrell Newton, who just blocks it. Player still down, but Gator bring the ball forward from Jones. Jones gets it to Whelan. If Whelan looks up, he's got options. Gets it to Kane Adom. Kane Adom takes a touch. Does he get past his man? He does. And he's still... well, it's going to...
brilliant, you know.
Yeah, really good from Dyer to get past. But this is dangerous now as they're on the break themselves.
Good
as Tyrell Newton is getting in there and making a nuisance of himself. There's a ball over the top. It's going to fall to Cook, who heads it up in the air. Kane Adom, well, didn't go out as quick as he thought it might have. He had to see it out. But 70 minutes gone. We've got 20 minutes remaining plus stoppages.
Another sub coming here. I think it might be Wealdstone.
Yeah, I think Wealdstone could be bringing on Batman. I might be wrong. But at the moment, Dan Jones is in possession.
Dominic Hutchinson.
Hannant brings the ball into the middle, still running with the ball. Dinks the ball. Oh, nearly got the ball over to Newton.
That's not a foul.
Well, Dyer is
played.
Still going with this game as Ashford plays the ball through, and
He's
now
off.
McFarlane is going to get to the ball. He's in the box up against Tinkler. Tinkler gets it. Managed to get the ball across, but Tiernan Brooks blocks it and then gets it and distributes it. And now Booty plays a ball for Kane Adom to run onto. It's going to hold up for him.
Ref.
Well, there's a push, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. And
that's better from Gateshead, much better.
Yeah. Well, the pace from Kane Adom has opened up this game in a different way.
as I also thought it would. I mean, there's just a bit more intent when he gets on the ball. He's so positive, and I think a little bit like Luke Cannon does on the left. You normally find a Dom will just give a bit more forward thrust and a bit of enthusiasm on the right-hand side. It is Hutchinson coming on for Wealdstone. I think they'll see this out
Free
first.
kick on this right wing, about 2 yards from the touchline. Good opportunity to get this in, just as good as a corner. Probably easier to keep this away from the keeper than a corner would be, but in it comes.
Great ball.
Oh no, it's been headed clear. Only Forrest Whelan. Whelan goes for the shot. Deflection up in the air, and it's going to go out again for a throw in on our right-hand side.
Brilliant delivery from Regan Booty.
Quickly taken as Colquitt gets the ball, plays it back to Tinkler. Everyone inside the Wealdstone half at the moment, bar Teenan Brooks. Gateshead with Javon Malcolm turns. He's wanting movement. He's going to get it now, though. Gets it out to Regan Booty, who's starting to come into the game a little bit more. Plays the ball through. Tyrell Newton. Oh, he tries to backheel it. Tried to be cute, but he was running away from goal. Tinkler nods the ball down. Can Radcliffe keep it in? He can. And at the moment,
just a little bit of
just hemming them back a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of something here from Gateshead, isn't there?
Well, have they ridden the storm that Wealdstone brought, or can they bring some more danger their way? As a ball over to Kane Adam. This is a good one. Needs to get a first-time touch in there. Oh, he's got past his man. He's still going. Pull it back. It's right there. Oh, Whelan. Oh, what a block. Javon Malcolm! It doesn't matter how they go in, hook or by crook, but the ball is in the back of the net, and Gateshead have took the lead against Wealdstone.
Brilliant from Kane Adam. As you say, it doesn't matter how it goes in. I'm not sure how it has gone in, but it doesn't matter. But fair play to Malcolm and Adam. They made the difference in that final third. Just a bit more positive, bit more final thrust. It's against the run of play slightly, but we did say Gateshead were improving.
It was scrappy. He had to just nod it over the line from about 6 yards. Crowded players in front of him. I think they might have hit a player as it went into the roof of the net, but it doesn't matter. Gateshead are 1-0 up at the moment, but Wealdstone will be pretty disappointed that they haven't made their possession play, really.
Leaving the pitch, number 20, Sam Ashford, being replaced by number 17, Dominic Hutchinson.
Well, we're back underway. 74 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Wealdstone 0.
Hutchinson on for Ashford.
Well, then on the edge there, goes for a shot, and Tiernan Brooks had to poke that one behind. I think it was destined for the back of the net. Good save from Tiernan Brooks.
Full length there from Hutchinson, I think it was as well. He's just come on. Great first touch. Great to get the shot away so quickly, and it's a great save as well.
Well, a corner for Wealdstone on the far side, and we know their deliveries can be something special. As we await the delivery, in it comes. It's a floated one towards the penalty spot, nodded on by Barrett. Hasn't been fully cleared by Gateshead. Well, that was a foul. Absolutely right, and he's hurt himself.
I think he's hurt himself as well.
Yeah, he went right over the back, over the top of Tyrell Newton. Is he all right there? Yeah, the two players are.
I think Newton's. It doesn't look. No one's really played well for Gateshead today.
He's come into it in the last 10 minutes.
I think Newton. Yeah. I think even first half, Dave. I think was the one who looked to try and get on the ball and give a bit of energy. And I think looking at him second half, he's sort of again given that energy in the right areas. I think he's played really intelligently at times today.
Certainly has, and just having a little look around some of the scores in the National League. We'll get to them a little bit later on because we're back underway. As Javon Malcolm tries to hold the ball up, it falls to Thorpe. There was Newton again. Malcolm gets right in there to get involved, and a cheeky little flick.
Kept that in as well.
And ball played forward. Cook nods it down to Brandon Mason, who
he's done brilliantly there,
puts it down the line. Booty does upend Elliot Thorpe, and he's going to try and take it quickly, but thinks against it. Well, free kick and yet another.
Wasn't that inside Gateshead's half?
Yeah, that's the way it's been told. Yeah, but a free kick very similar to what we've seen a few times from Wealdstone so far in this game, setting themselves up to float this ball towards the back of the defensive line. Now about 25 yards out. The defensive line, it's floated over towards Barrett. Barrett gets up in the air, but it falls to Gateshead, hooked clear. It's going to be nodded forward by Rabiro. Tinkler backheads it to Tiernan Brooks.
Actually, I said no one played well today. Robbie Tinkler's, after a nervy start, has been very calm in that back three.
I still think there's going to be twists and turns in this game, though. I think
Gateshead need a second goal, don't they?
If you want to be with a little bit of security, yes, sense of security, should I say? But Dan Jones pumps one over the top, and Whelan's chasing that down. Sorry, not Whelan. Javon Malcolm chasing it down. Barrett under pressure, clears the ball down the channel out. It goes for a throw into Gateshead. Good work from Javon Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about the quality from the bench, didn't we? And Javon Malcolm, since he's come on, has really made an impact in that number 9 role. Maybe a little bit more direct than Gateshead are used to playing, but it's kind of been effective, if I'm honest. And it's not just long kicking or long ball; it's long passes that they're made with purpose.
Well, they're utilising what assets they have, Gateshead, at the moment, and
it's great.
Ball's going to be picked up in midfield by Wealdstone. Gateshead nearly intercept that one. Ball going to be played across the fork, and this is where they're dangerous. He's got Brandon Mason on the overlap, who he uses. Kane Adams track back to help, and good block from Kane Adams.
They're brilliantly there. It's really, really mature wing player there from Kane Adams. It's not just about doing the pretty stuff at the top end. It's about supporting your defence by coming back, and he's done that so well there.
Well, played inside, and try and cross this one in from Morrison, but doesn't. It goes to Cook, now back to Wells Morrison, and
too easy.
Thorpe, he's got it down to the dead ball line. Can he pull it back? He stops it, now crosses it in with his right foot. It's going to be Baldwin.
Do you know,
he'd be disappointed
there. He will be, but he's also the referee, linesman as well, hasn't spotted a blatant push.
Well, there is going to be another sub here from Gateshead. Ben Warman is going to come on, and it's going to be for Tyrell Newton. Put a shift in. Hasn't always worked, as it's been like that way for a few Gateshead players this afternoon, but they haven't given up. They've kept going. Rode the luck at times, but you've got to put the effort in to get reward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you look at it and look, it hasn't been a great performance by any stretch, but they're coming out of it now with a bit of momentum, going in the last 10 minutes. I mean, not in the season, but they're coming out of it looking improved. I'm looking forward to seeing Ben Warman. He's going to play in the middle, and you'll expect him to give the energy that he always does in there.
Well, still trying to work from the top of the field, but Gateshead managed to bring it through Jones. Jones can bring
the ball through the middle.
Ball into the centre to Whelan, although it's going to bounce through to Kane Adam, and Gateshead in a good position here to work the ball into the box. Adam. He wins a corner.
I love the intent from Kane Adam. I really do. The minute he gets on the ball, it's straight away, what can I do? Can I get it, my man? I think he's made a real impact here.
Regan Booty comes over to take this corner. Wealdstone with every man back. They haven't left anybody forward. In comes the ball from Booty towards the back post. Way too much on it, and it's going to bounce out for a... it's going to be kept in there by... Well, Warman did go over, but it's went out for a goal kick.
Heading in the last 10 here.
Gateshead trying to do what Wealdstone were doing and push from the front and try and break down the attack before it happens, but Mason plays the ball forward, chested by number 17, Dominic Hutchinson, who's looked a live wire since he's come on, but goal kick comes off Tinkler, player off Hutchinson.
Probably my man the match of one as Tinkler.
It's been obviously there's still a lot of football to be played in the next 10 minutes, but for Gateshead, if you had to describe this performance, it would be adapt and overcome. It hasn't been pretty. It hasn't been, to the normal standards, but they are able to keep driving.
Just look at the difference where the wing backs are now.
Yeah, right up on the shoulders of the defenders at the opposing end of the pitch. Great stuff from Javon Malcolm. Gets it to Whelan. Warman to Radcliffe, just inside his own half. Radcliffe sees the runners.
I don't think that's the worst ball either.
And Adam's going to get... played off him there. Tell you what
a crazy header that was.
That was a poor decision from the Wealdstone captain there. Didn't need to be done.
Who I think's had a good game today, by the way.
Yeah,
he's
made some crucial tackles, as it is going to be another corner in the 82nd minute. 1-0 to Gateshead if you just joined us. Javon Malcolm in the second half. Goal for the substitute. Booty puts this one in. It's going to be headed clear, but can Gateshead pick up the loose ball? They have. Javon Malcolm on the far side. Wants to be involved, doesn't he? There's a ball with Hannant. Hannant crosses
Great
it
ball.
in. And Radcliffe was there at the back post, just hits off the crown of his head and out for a throw in on our right hand side here.
It might have been Warman who put the cross in.
Was it Warman after the crossing, was it? Well,
it's a high pressure.
Gateshead pushing Wealdstone back into and Whelan does well. He's holding it up, plays it inside, and Javon Malcolm, he can play it across. There's Booty coming. And
just couldn't get that.
Obiro, and there's a free kick, and I think it's
going to book him, isn't he?
I thought that may have been a yellow card there.
It's not.
It wasn't a yellow card booking, but the accumulation of fouls.
I would agree with that, Dave.
Barrett plays it inside. Cook. Nice communication from Whelan there, telling people to stay abreast of the ball coming forward. Radcliffe just sees the danger and pokes it clear, and Howe can collect that in his box and roll it out. And this is where concentration levels have to be at the max for both sides. Does look like there's going to be another substitution for the visitors, as Warman did. Well, it hasn't been. Referees didn't see a play on because he didn't see it was a foul. Ball across. Thorpe, left-hand side of the box. This is a dangerous situation for Gateshead as they chip one in towards the back post there. And Bolgerman was coming in. Really should have made the keeper work there, but its danger hasn't been put away. Now it's... and the ball in. Hutchinson nods it over. Didn't get it goalwards. And, still dangerous crosses into the box from the visitors, and it does look as though it is going to be 1 second. Number 3, Antio Giorgio comes on for... Is that for Thorpe? It is. Well, there's one thing I would say about this Wealdstone side is, they've given it their all. They are still one of the few part-time sides in the league. And some of those substitutions for the danger men have kind of pointed towards that. They've given their all.
They have. 100%.
And, not saying that Gateshead have looked, great by any stretch of the imagination, but the fitness levels are maybe starting to just show a little bit there for the danger men. But Barrett holding up Javon Malcolm.
It's not a foul. There's no foul there.
That's a free kick, and it's been taken quickly. Dyer plays the ball through the centre, but there was
come on, Ben.
Ball just scuffs off the studs there, so to speak. Now, linesman and the referee taking the time to give that throw in front of the Gateshead dugout to Wealdstone.
Not really sure either of them knew what to give there.
I'll agree with them. I don't know what it was either. But at the moment, nice touch from Hutchinson. He's got the Giorgio on this left-hand side, who puts a cross in. Too close to Tiernan Brooks. It just stings his hands and goes down.
I think Ben Ratcliffe might have a little bit of a knock here,
Yeah, he's just down on his knees at the moment. He's getting up. Don't know if it's cramp or not. Although he is fixing the divot in the grass. That's lovely to see for the groundsman.
That's probably the one he caused when he did that knee slide the other week.
Yeah. Hey. Ball pumped forward by Brooks. Javon Malcolm and Cook in a good tussle. Cook wins it, but ball put over the top by Radcliffe. I tell you what, that's going to bounce and stay in, as Kane Adam does very well to get to it. Was he fouled? He's still going with the ball. Adam gets it to Booty. Surely another foul again, but Gateshead need to stay switched on. Ben Warman, lovely stuff from Gateshead's number 11.
Brilliant.
Gets himself involved and wins the ball.
That's
Now,
good. That's good.
That's what it needed for earlier in the game. Someone just to marshal and guide. As Hannant were blind ball forward, claims he was fouled, but the
Oh, he's
referee
given
says he has. Well, that is very, you know what it is? I feel for Wealdstone there,
Yeah,
because
I
that was too late.
I agree.
Too
I
late
agree.
a decision.
It's going to book Jones for kicking the ball away as well.
Ugh.
Referees are curious folk, aren't they?
Well, it's definitely too late a decision. Does look like Mark Beck is getting strapped. He's getting stripped, ready to come on.
I think this could be Callum Whelan, possibly.
Yeah, it'd be the sensible substitution to make, wouldn't it? Just adds a little bit of that defensive qualities in there, as well as the monstrous attacking abilities as well.
Like you see, him and Cook go up for a header together.
Ball up for Javon Malcolm to chase onto. Barrett does very well. Offside
offside.
flag goes up, and free kick to Wealdstone. Both Cook and Barrett, very strong, capable defenders. I've been very impressed with them so far this afternoon.
Yeah, again, they haven't looked like a team that are sat second bottom.
No,
I think they've looked as good as I've seen here this season.
Gateshead managed to clear the ball. It's going to bounce. Cook is letting it bounce. He heads it back. What a poor decision. Plays back. Keeper manages to save the day. And I think he's hurt himself in the process. But what an awful back pass. And Gateshead nearly doubled the lead there. And the keeper, I think he's hurt himself here somehow, because he was really stretching to get back there. That was commitment to the very end. And that'll be the end of Callum Whelan's afternoon. He nearly got himself on the score sheet. But Mark Beck is going to be the man to replace.
Odds on a first touch coming on with the header.
Well, there's a substitution going to be made before the corner. Yeah, I think Callum Whelan knows he's coming over. Well, lovely round of applause for Callum Whelan from the Tynemere stand.
It's almost like an American football thing, isn't it? Special teams coming on. Bringing on the big man, and when there's a corner.
Well, can we see a good delivery from Booty? Mark Beck's in there. First touch. Oh, it's headed clear only as far as, I think it's
Get up.
Oh, is it? Well, Booty gets the ball and goes out for another corner. And yeah, I think there's some tired players in the yellow shirts there.
And rightly, I mean, you're not surprised, are you? Because
no,
the work rate's been phenomenal from Wealdstone. Back's been held here.
Booty puts the ball in near post. Oh, one was going to get there. Colquitt nods it back up the edge of the area, but it's going to be headed clear by Wealdstone. And Javon Malcolm seems to be everywhere and anywhere at the moment as he cuts inside with the ball. He's going to go for a shot himself. He is, and well, he went for the audacious. And it goes behind, and now we're going to see another substitution. It's Sandat. Henry Sandat is going to come on for number 29, Callum McFarlane, who fits and spurts in the game. Started off very quickly.
Should have scored.
Yeah, and after that, didn't really get in the positions he did in the early stages.
Into the last minute, I think we're probably going to get 4 or 5 minutes added on time.
At least, I think actually probably about 6, because we had that 2 minutes for when the player was down in the early stages.
Great header.
Oh, fantastic header from Dan Jones as Beck chases down Barrett. Barrett does well, gets the ball back. And Wealdstone, do they have a roll in the dice in them to make something happen? As header cleared, Dyer nods it out to Giorgio here on this left-hand side. Brings the ball down. Warman there for company. Gets past Warman. Warman has to be careful. It's been crossed in. Oh, and they couldn't get the connection on it there. And Gateshead clear the ball. And Mark Beck, well, he chests the ball down. Oh, and good battle between him and Barrett. But now Giorgio can bring the ball forward again. Up against Warman. Left-hand side. He's got a little bit of cuts inside. Goes back outside. Warman's still there, though. It's been played into the centre, and Gateshead can poke the ball clear. And Mark Beck up against 2 players holds the ball up. He's being held, and down he goes. And Mark Beck bullied to the ground by the smallest player on the pitch.
That's proper forward play from Mark Beck there.
A yellow card as well for Brandon Mason.
Can I make one small complaint?
What's that?
If he'd stayed on his feet, Javon Malcolm was in.
I know. Do you know, I feel very unfortunate for Brandon Mason because he's had a fantastic game,
Yes.
and he didn't warrant a yellow throughout this game, I don't think. But we're into, has there been a time added on yet?
I haven't seen it. Maybe missed it.
We are 1 minute into added on time at this moment in time. As Booty Gateshead not committing as many men forward here for this one, but I think he might just aim for Muster Mark Beck as it goes towards the back post. Beck's there, brings it down. Can he lift it across? Oh, I thought we were going to see a bicycle kick from Javon Malcolm there. The ball's being cleared by Wealdstone.
It's a great clearance.
And Dan Jones with yet another great header, but
what a touch that is.
Now, and Hutchinson turned really well, brings the ball forward. There isn't that many players got forward. Giorgio on the underlap. Can he pull it back across? He knew there wasn't many men to aim for. Laid it back out to Hutchinson, left-hand side. He crosses a dangerous ball in, and it curls away behind for a goal kick. But I think we're seeing tired legs there. Unfortunately for Wealdstone, they just couldn't get enough men forward.
I think they've been really good. Just that final bit of quality in the final third.
Robbie Tinkler has been awarded man of the match here this afternoon.
And your attendance today, 1,137, including 82 away fans.
Well, 82 away fans get a stand ovation from the Tyne and Wear stand. It's a long journey to make. And any Wealdstone fans watching on National League TV or listening to audio service, your fans have been absolutely fantastic today. And at the moment, it's still not over. As Giorgio is going to play it out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson inside to Dyer. Dyer with a little flick back. Mason manages to get it over to Wells Morrison, and now Baldwin's going to, well, looked like he was going to pump it forward. They've committed a lot of men forward at the moment. Wealdstone, up it goes, and the ball is going to come across to, well, it didn't, skims out, goal kick. And at the moment, Wealdstone are throwing everything at it at the moment to get men higher up, and it's a dangerous game, but they're already losing at the moment, so, you know.
Just got to go for it. You know, it doesn't matter if they lose 2-0 now, we might as well go have a go.
Martina Brooks is going to take a goal kick here. Ball up. Oh, it wasn't the greatest one, but cleared into no. Eventually, and there up. Offside flag has went up. Thought it was a full time whistle there for a second. There was a Wealdstone player had went offside there. Henry Sander, I think it was.
I would pop this ball right in behind the fullback and just get Kane Adom to run onto it here.
A little bit of confusion there. The Wealdstone players didn't know it was an offside. Neither did some of the Gateshead players as well, mind. As you see, I think they're all coming up at this right-hand side. I think that corner is where the ball is going to go. And there it goes up towards Mark Beck. Chests the ball down, kills it dead. But a lot of players around him. Gateshead trying to get the ball forward. And Radcliffe heads it back up towards Kane Adom. Kane Adom against Mason. Mason hooks it clear. Booty pumps it towards the corner to throw in on this right-hand side. And Wealdstone bench desperate to get that ball moving forward. One of their coaches trying to get one of the spare balls. But Brandon Mason gets it forward. Good header from Booty. Needs to be picked up, though, by a white shirt. And Hannant, well, knows how to draw a foul. And
it's experience, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just experience from Luke Hannant.
You know, he's getting up. It's a free kick to Gateshead. And Mark, as the time ticks down, we don't know exactly. We didn't see the full officials board.
I don't know if he's put it up yet.
I don't think
if he has. I mean, we're heading into the 6th minute.
Yeah. You've got to say it really was a game of adapt and overcome.
Did what they had to. It's the top and bottom of Gateshead are doing what they've had to do to hopefully get the win.
Well, ball being pumped into touch here on this right-hand side. Throw into Gateshead. Gateshead not in any massive hurry to
ball boy certainly isn't.
Our ball boys, Booty had to get his own ball. Ball boy trying to waste time as Booty gets that up. Well, there you go. There is the full-time whistle. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't that entertaining, Mark, at times. But they ground it out, rid the luck, and got themselves the win.
All that mattered today was coming here and getting a win. I know we spoke about Tuesday night, but being back in the league, you know, it was essential that they continued that momentum with with a good win against the side that will be all right this season. They are far, far better than where they suggest in the league. Just that little bit of quality in the final third, from Wealdstone would have punished Gateshead. But I think just looking going forwards, Gateshead away at Tamworth on Tuesday. If they can go and get there and get a win, that just eases things a little bit going into that cup tie at Hensford next week.
It certainly does. Well, Gateshead have run out 1-0 winners here this afternoon in the National League. Still without a manager, but they're still picking up points, and it's been a good afternoon results-wise. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in. Massive thank you if you're a Wealdstone fan and Gateshead fans. You can rest easy. The 3 points of Gateshead tonight. Join us on Monday evening for the Heed on Me podcast at 8 p.m. where we'll be talking about this. Will we be talking about a new manager? I don't know, but we'll also be previewing the Tamworth game. But Wealdstone, your players did you absolutely proud here today, and we're very unlucky not to come away with something. But Gateshead, they kept it going, and they showed why they're in the high reaches of the National League. They grounded out, they got the goal, and Javon Malcolm for the second game in a row nets the winner. And big thank you to everyone that has joined us on National League TV and on the Heed on Me podcast. We'll see you next time.